In today's fast-paced world, we find ourselves bombarded with examples of super successful people on social media. Their achievements seem so effortless and easy to attain. Fueled by the motivational quotes we stumble upon, we're inspired to make a change, take action, and turn our lives around. We hit the ground running, starting new habits, exercising, reading books, and learning new languages. The motivation drives us forward, and we feel unstoppable. But then, after a few days or a couple of weeks, something unexpected happens. We find ourselves on the couch, watching TV, eating unhealthy food, and feeling unmotivated and tired. According to statistics, January is the most lucrative month for fitness centers. Many people want to redefine themselves, starting the year with the motto, "New Year, New Me," but sadly, the reality is different. Studies show that 50 to 90% of people will quit their newfound habits after just 3 months. So why does this scenario happen to such a significant fraction of people? And more importantly, how can we change it? The main reason lies in our reliance on motivation rather than building self-discipline. You see, motivation is a fickle friend, influenced by our brain's chemistry, specifically our dopamine levels. Dopamine, often called the feel-good hormone, is responsible for our brain's reward and pleasure responses as well as for our motivation and reward-driven behavior. When we set goals, or engage in a new or exciting activity, our brain releases dopamine, making us feel good and motivated. However, quite often we unconsciously link the sense of pleasure and reward to achievement only. The process itself becomes almost 10 cycles of hell. As we repeat the same activity over and over again, our brain becomes desensitized to dopamine release. By continuously making the process less enjoyable, we undermine our ability to lean back into that activity in the future. We find ourselves needing more external motivation, like caffeine or louder music, just to get through it. As you can see, dopamine is short-lasting and unstable. So we can conclude that motivation works only for short-term goals that take just a couple of days. So how do we break free from this cycle? The answer lies in building a growth mindset and self-discipline. Unlike motivation, mindset and self-discipline are muscles we can train and strengthen. It's the ability to push through even when motivation wanes. What is the growth mindset? That is the mindset when you find joy in the process itself and learn how to know a dopamine release inside the effort. For example, inside thinking that your goal is to get a sporty body, which will not obviously happen in a month or even 2, constantly remind yourself that joy is getting to the gym and training itself. And to trick your mind, you can implement the following tips. One powerful strategy is to avoid making choices altogether and instead make the desired action the default option. The thing is that our willpower is also limited, and the more tired you get, the less likely you will incline towards healthier, aka more energy-requiring habits. By making the desired action the default option, we reduce the energy required to make a decision and increase the likelihood of following through. For example, if you want to eat healthier, make sure your fridge is stocked with nutritious foods like fruits so that when hunger strikes, the default choice becomes a healthy one. Instead of placing your remote control next to your sofa, put it in the furthest place and place a book next to your sofa. So instead of bench TV watching, you are more likely to read a book. Another tip is to start small. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are lasting habits. Begin with manageable actions that are easy to accomplish. This builds momentum and sets the foundation for long-term success. You can start with 2 to 3 20 to 30-minute training a week. instead of targeting to exercise for 1 to 1.5 hours every single day. In this case, you will not only avoid dying from muscle pain but also will not perceive training as some sort of torture. As you gain confidence and consistency, gradually increase the difficulty or intensity of your actions. This progressive approach allows you to adapt and grow without overwhelming yourself. Additionally, it's essential to reduce friction. Identify and eliminate any barriers or obstacles that make it harder for you to stick to your desired habits. The easier and more convenient it is to take action, the more likely you'll follow through. Clear your workspace of distractions when you need to focus. Create a dedicated space for exercise or study. By reducing friction, you remove excuses and make it easier to stay on track. Remember, progress is a compound journey. There will be setbacks and moments of failure along the way. But the key is to rebound quickly and learn that failure is okay. It's an opportunity to grow, adjust, and come back stronger than before. By cultivating self-discipline, we can create lasting habits that propel us forward, even on days when motivation is nowhere to be found. It's about making a commitment to ourselves, staying focused on our goals, and taking small steps every day, even if they feel tiny. So, embrace the knowledge that willpower has its limits. But by understanding our brain's tendencies and implementing these strategies, we can create lasting change. Start small, gradually increase, reduce friction, and remember that progress is an interesting and exciting journey. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts.